Eighth note triplets. So just like in eighth notes when you have two sounds per beat, 1 and 2 and da 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 da, triplets are eighth notes, but now instead of just two sounds per beat, you have three sounds per beat. So if we take a look at my first example, it's in 4/4 time, and each set of triplets gets one count. So you have to evenly distribute the sounds in groups of three. Now be very careful when playing and counting triplets. We always want to slow down. Now that doesn't mean play faster, it just means to be aware of it, because when you're playing triplets, especially if you're playing a scale, for whatever reason, we always want to slow them down because three feels a little bit more wishy-washy as opposed to our duple eighth notes. So just something to be aware of. Now, there are a few ways to count this. We can find our big beats in our measure. Beat 1, 2, 3, 4. You notice triplets will have a little 3 above or below if they're going this way. That tells you that they are triplets because they can look similar to eighth notes if they don't have that triplet written there. Now these are your big beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when I think of triplets, rather than saying 1 and or something else like that, because that gets really confused with our 16th notes, I like to think triplet. Triplet has 3 syllables, triplet. They're all the exact same length. And especially when you're playing multiple triplets in a row, like this is all triplets, it can make them nice and even. So you can think triplet, 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 triplet. Or you can think 1 let, 2 let, 3 let, 4 let. They are all exactly the same length. Da 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 da. Different than da 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 da. And different than 16th notes. Instead of 2 or 4 sounds per beat, you have 3 sounds per beat. Now, sometimes we don't always want the sounds to be even. Sometimes you want 2 sounds per beat, but maybe you're playing a waltz or a dance or something that you want it to be a little bit uneven. We have triplets, quarter, eighth note. Now you have this bracket and a 3 underneath. Hopefully you can see that in the video. Otherwise, you can look on page 27 of your book. You can see the same example in there. And you can still think triplet, but now, just like up here, just like our 16th notes, we're combining. So if you were to put this into a rhythm, 2 triplet eighth notes would become this quarter note, and you'd have 1 triplet eighth note left over. Now it's only 2 sounds, so you can't say triplet, because that's 3 sounds, but you can say triplet, 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 da 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 da. Triplet, 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 triplet is something that you should be thinking in your head every time you see this on a piece of music.